then when you consider the tight nature in the race for the top 5, just how big a win is that for Enzo Maresca?
Well, it's a massive win for him, you know. I think he's still trying to get the fans on board with the way and style he plays. There's a couple of things that I can't quite understand. But the win was important because those teams now got games in hand. If they got the draw or they lost today, that would have put them right under the pressure. But it was a decent performance, nothing spectacular, because they got Everton on a good day, really. For 60 minutes, they weren't at the races, and they didn't quite put them to the sword. I think they deserved a second goal in some respects in the first half. If that's it, they'd have had an easier day if that goes in. But no, it's about getting over the line. We said about it at the beginning of the game, before the game, get over the line. Doesn't matter how you perform. They performed okay, don't get me wrong, but I think looking back, in the end, Sanchez had to make too many saves, for me, in a game that they controlled for long periods.
So you said the word grinding and getting over the line. That's been the Maresca way, really, is it not, this season?
It's not been spectacular, but let's not forget, early on in the season, they were second in the league. Everyone was talking about maybe being title challengers. He was always playing that down, as every manager would, you know, because it was a little bit early for that. And I think he was quite right to play it down. But I think the drop-off has been drastic. And I think with the squad of players and the money what the club have actually spent, granted they're not all these players, I think they're entitled to finish in the top 5 and Champions League football. That would have been a minimum requirement, I would suggest, by the hierarchy there at Chelsea. And they're making good headway. The last 2 results, the Neto finish in the last few minutes there at Fulham, and that result grinding it out in the end. Yeah, get over the line, but at all costs, no matter how you do it, just to get to the promised land, which is the Champions League at the moment.
Yeah, let's have a look at the match-winning goal then from Nicolas Jackson. He'll be delighted to be back amongst the goals.
Oh, absolutely. He'd be delighted to get that sort of space as well. Look, they pinched the ball in that middle. Chalama does really well. One ball pass forward, too easy for him to turn, but he takes this is what the key for this goal. If you see his touch, his first touch is really good because it takes him around. We can talk about the centre-backs out of position and not covering quickly, but watch his first touch. He takes it, his first touch actually gets him round facing the goal, and then the finish is right deep into the corner. But look, he's got so much space, time and space. For me, the making of that goal is there. The little shrivel, the little turn and the touch within the vicinity so that he can hit it correctly. We thought Pickford was probably too far deep in his goal. I think if he's on the 6-yard, but he's not the only one. It's one of the things that keepers do, but it's a really nice finish, isn't it, Tim?
He would have felt, before the game, they know what to expect, the Chelsea players. There's not going to be too much room in behind, and it will be quite crowded in front. The biggest chance you have of scoring is when the opposition have the ball. And he would have known that, and he would have thought there was a fire alarm. I mean, the amount of space he had there. I mean, once he's played that one forward, when he goes to the edge of the box here, he's 18, 20 yards out now, 25 yards out. He can't believe the amount of space he's got to be able to get turned. Glenn's right, the touch is good. Maresca's passed Enzo there, passes it forward, and he gives him the time, passes the time over to him, and then he gets swiveled on it. All of a sudden, he must look around thinking, where is everyone here? And just, I'm going to hit this. And he hits it very well into the bottom corner. And it ends up being the winning goal. But he couldn't have believed the amount of space he had.
Would it have been like that if Tarkowski would have played?
Possibly not. He's got the experience. I mean, they had time. By the time that Beto lost the ball and they pinch it, they've got time, the 2 centre-backs, to come in and defend properly. Teams don't do that anymore. It's all about, let's how we're going to play out. Let's stretch the pitch. Let's play our centre-backs, split them. Once that ball goes in there, and it's a 50-50 ball, it's a tough ball for him from Pickford. As a defender, and the experience of Tarkowski would have said, like, I'm going in here towards... They had time to get in behind Jackson. Yeah. And that's where the art of defending's going out the game.
Actually, look, listen, I'll tell you what, Tim, we'll come back to you in a second, because we can hear from Nicolas Jackson now, Chelsea's match winner. He's alongside Marc Cucurella. They're both talking to Jules Breach.
Guys, with such a clear target to qualify for the Champions League next season, how big and important does that win feel?
Yeah, for sure. We know now every game is a final. Today we play at home. We came last week, we do a good comeback and we win confidence. I think today we have a massive opportunity to have another 3 points and we do it.
Nicolas, your goal turned out to be the winner. Was the key taking that shot early?
Yeah, it was a very good goal. Very happy to be back. It was I had like 2 of that, and the third one I say I'm gonna hit it, and then when I hit it, hopefully it went in.
Yeah, you've not long been back from injury, but that's your first goal since December, your first goal this calendar year. How good does it feel to get back on the score sheet?
Yeah, very good. Everybody knows from injury it's not easy. But now my body feels good and I'm coming back to my level, so I'm very happy that we win. That's the most important.
Marc, it's your 100th Chelsea appearance and you get to celebrate it with a clean sheet as well as the victory. What did you make of the team's performance defensively today?
No, I think we know that it's very important. They are physically team, very tough. But today we ran all together, we fight like a team, and I think we deserve this win.
A couple of huge saves from your goalkeeper, Robert Sanchez, as well. What did you make of his performance and how important was he?
Yeah, for sure. I think now everyone is important. Doesn't matter if you start or you came to the bench. I think today was very important. He made a good save. It's very important for him as well because he wins confidence, and now it's like a team effort. We need to stay all of them in, and everyone is necessary in this team.
You guys have grown to know these Chelsea fans very well, and they demand this team to be back at the top. Do you need Champions League football for the fans to consider this season a success?
Of course, for the players, for the fans, everybody. That's our dream. I think I've never played it, so hopefully next year we play. We're still fighting. It's not done yet, so now we just move to the next one and try to fight for that spot.
Tough run of fixtures to come to end the season, Marc. How important does this win feel now that you've got those 3 points on the board, particularly with other Champions League contenders playing in the FA Cup this weekend?
Yeah, for sure. I think now every game is important. Every ball is important. Today we give everything into the pitch. Now we have another important game on Thursday. We want to play one final this season. So first we need to think about this because we have another important games.
Well done today, guys. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, good day at the office then for Nicolas Jackson, scoring his first goal since mid-December. Marc Cucurella, as always, speaks really well, actually, and both just emphasising how big a 3 points that is this afternoon. And you can understand why. I mean, Chelsea have been in the top 4 for the majority of this season. I mean, they have slipped away, of course, in recent weeks, but there they are. They've reclaimed 4th spot, just above Nottingham Forest on goal difference. But Newcastle are yet to play, and that could obviously change a few things around. They talked about Robert Sanchez as well in goal for Chelsea. He's been under the spotlight for a lot of this season. Yeah. Did we see both sides of his game today?
We did a little bit. I mean, it does concern me. The goalkeeping situation at Chelsea, if they're going to achieve anything, needs to get it. This is a penalty, in my opinion, because the ball comes out of his hands. He's took his eye off the ball the last minute. Here, look, he's lined up. You're thinking it's the keeper's ball, and the last minute, for whatever reason, he's dropped it, and he clatters into me. And at the end of the day, that's a penalty for me, Tim.
Yeah. It is for me as well, but I mean, every goalkeeper is a good shot. That for me is the best save. Yeah. That's the best save of the afternoon. I mean, Pickford made a few, but that's been swivelled on by Beto, and he makes a brilliant save down to his right hand side. Strong wrist as well. And after, I think McNeil has to do better with this finish, but he still keeps it out of the net. You know, goalkeepers get judged on not their saves; they get judged on their mistakes, and he makes far too many. But this one today is a very good save. But that's what you do. You get judged on your mistakes, and he makes too many. And I think it is decision-making with him, certainly with his feet. Perhaps sometimes it's the manager's fault. If he's not capable to play with his feet so much, don't allow him to. If you've got no one else to do it, you have to tweak your system. And also, when he comes out for that first one, he's come out like 16 yards. There's absolutely no need. There's no danger. And he puts himself on offer with that. But let's give him credit today, because he's like coming out 15, 16 yards from goal. There's no need. He's coming out, having to come out quick to get there, and he's reaching with it, and I think it's a foul.
Well, Casado's having to get out of the way. He has a glance and gets out of the way. It's goal side. You know, Casado's playing right back in that situation, and if that player's in, if there's no player goal side for you, your defender's been caught out, maybe come and put him off and do whatever, but there was no need. You're nice and secure. He's in a goal-sided position. Don't even get involved. That's what he does. His decision-making, Tim's right, is poor. His reactional stuff is great.
Yeah.
A lot of goalkeepers are great like that, but it's the decision-making.
So do you expect Chelsea to reevaluate where they are with their keepers over the summer?
I think so, 100%. If they want to go on and challenge for, Champions League, realistic, if they want to challenge eventually over the next coming seasons for the league again, they've got to get the keeper sorted out one way or the other.
You're nodding in
absolutely,
agreement.
100%. You can't win anything. I'm not saying he's a bad goalkeeper. Unless he improves, I think you can't win anything. I mean, win something. Unless it's the Europa Conference League, then you can.
Right. One player, message received. One player that caught your eye of the outfield players for Chelsea, Noni Madueke.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I was interested to see where Neto was going to play because I like Neto on the right-hand side and I thought he was going to be shoved over on the left. But Madueke here, that's somebody that's got eager to work hard for the team, to win that ball back. Sometimes, some weeks you don't see that.
Yeah.
You don't see that in him. If he adds all that to his game, look, but he's sharp. He's been out for a little while. And now on this left side, I thought he was great. He's driven in there. He's obviously worked on his right foot a little bit. It's a good save from Pickford, but he's confident to come inside. And now, because he's left-footed, that's a good position wing play where he's ended up in the box off the ball, and that's clever. And he shows his strength there. And I thought he had a really good game, and I was surprised he played as well as he did out on the left-hand side. So I think he suits the right-hand side like Neto. But again, happy to come inside. Another good save from Pickford. So today he had a really, really good game, and there's room for improvement, of course, but top today, top quality.
So as encouraging as that was, and you can look at his touches from that side of the pitch, you know, on the whole, I suppose you just want consistency from him now, don't you?
That's all. If you're going to play for a top team on a regular basis, you're going to need to be consistent, and the work rate needs to be there. It looks like it is. It looks like the message has got home from Maresca. He's got a lot of attributes. He has all the tools, but sometimes they're all over the floor. He needs to play them in the right order and know the job, what he's asked to do. He needs to up his numbers on assists and goals. But consistency and a regular playing in the team will help that. But you don't get that unless you work hard, and it looks like he's working hard there today.
And he's also got a lot of opposition there. He's got a lot of wing players there. Neto, he's got so many good wingers. He knows Sancho, if he comes into good form, he's got so many people challenging for his spot. And the manager, it's an easy one, but the manager say, show me by your performances and your attitude. That first clip we showed of him tracking people, winning it, didn't win it at first, went again, nicked it off him and drives into the box. That's what a manager wants to see from him.
It's hard to get a rhythm though, isn't it, Glenn, if you're a winger? Yeah. Especially with so much competition, because the first substitution's always going to be a wide player.
It's a like for like, really, isn't it?
Yeah, and they've got so many of them.
For Cole Palmer, it's no goal in 17 games in all competitions. Any signs today that his confidence is getting back?
Not really, no. He was very quiet there today. I'm not sure he's enjoying it. He don't look like he's early in the season. And when you play well and the team wins and you're scoring goals, you're obviously going to enjoy it. Looks like he's struggling to get into it at the moment. He really is, and I'm not sure they found the correct position for him. Early on in the season, I thought Caicedo, Lavia, and Enzo and Cole Palmer, there's almost 2 10s in there with a double pivot. I think it suited him a lot better. They were passing it forward earlier. I think, and then Nicolas Jackson went out of the team for a while and he struggled to find a position. And his form suffered and his confidence suffered. Looks like a confident boy, but it looks like at the moment it's not a crisis, but he's certainly playing with his mind at the moment.
I think his problem at the moment, I'm going to say something unusual, he's thinking about his game too much.
Yeah.
We've seen him come to Chelsea and it's all been instinct. And he's hit the road running, the confidence then has come. I'm seeing him now and he's thinking about his game. He's a player that doesn't need to think. I said it 6 months ago. I hope he doesn't change in the sense within himself. Don't think about it, just play off instinct.
How hard is it?
He's a natural talent.
If you're
he's a playground talent.
Instinctive player, right? I suppose judging by the situations he finds himself in, but how hard is it not to overthink it?
No, you overthink it when... That's my point. You overthink it when things have not going well for you. The pressure then builds up internally. And he's overthinking it, whereas before he was free as a bird. Yeah. He's playing in the playground like a kid when he was a kid. And he didn't think about things and he'd nutmeg people, get on the other... Some of the goals he scored, different clubs. Yeah. He's a million miles away at the moment. He'll get back to that, of course he will. But he's overthinking. As the ball's coming to him, he's thinking. Yeah. Whereas naturally, before he was just, I'll just do it. There's a difference between thinking it and doing it. And he's got to get back to that. Now, that's him only. A coach can't do that for him.
OK. Finally, for Everton, by the way, 1 win in 9.
Few draws in there, though. 5 draws.
5 draws.
Yeah.
So
the job done for them. It was drastic. When David went in there, he's turned them around. And normally they're fighting relegation and they're all biting their nails off. They ain't going to do that at the moment. You know, he's put them in a very comfortable position and quite boring, actually, for an Everton fan this season.
Yeah, which is nice. Yeah. So job done ultimately for Everton, but also for Chelsea after the 90 minutes.